Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Kim Jacobs Show. I am so excited to have each and every one of you join in today. We have a very special lineup for you. We have right now with us Pastor Raphael Dejean. Hey, Pastor Dejean.
Hey.
We're so excited to have you on the show today, and I will make sure that we do a formal introduction. But as we start the Kim Jacobs show off, many of you know as studio audience members that you come in, you get a chance to share it with your friends, your coworkers, your church members. Let people know that the Kim Jacobs show is on the air. We're going to have a great lineup for this entire hour. We're going to have a great time together. So take a moment and share the broadcast with everyone you know. And Pastor Dejean, this is a good opportunity for you to do so as well.
Okay.
All right. And so once you share, we're going to go ahead and get started. And don't forget to mute your other thing when you're done.
Okay. Perfect.
All right. So everyone should be sharing as you're getting on. And we're getting ready to kick off this episode of the Kim Jacobs Show. I'm super excited that you guys tuned in today because what'd you say, Pastor?
Yeah, you shared a link on my page.
Is you go to my page, go to Kim Jacobs page. So if you go to, do you see it?
Yeah, I was waiting on my page.
You're on your page.
Yeah.
Even though you're the superstar and everything, in this case, you got to go to my page and then just hit share.
I know.
Well, while Pastor Dejean is doing that, I am going to talk about today's sponsor of this episode of the Kim Jacobs Show. Today's episode is sponsored by Shawn Hall from allroadseducation.com. She has a new book release called Prepare Now, Don't Pay Later. Many of you may know about her services. She's helping teenagers, young adults get scholarships to be able to go to colleges and universities, some of which are debt-free experiences. So make sure that you check out All Roads Education, your path to debt-free education, allroadseducation.com. And please make sure that you know that she is now a new author of the book. Shawn Hall is the new author of the book, Prepare Now, Don't Pay Later. You can actually get that book on Amazon or right there on allroadseducation.com. Thank you so much, Shawn Hall, for sponsoring today's episode of the Kim Jacobs Show. Now, if you're interested in being a sponsor for one of the upcoming episodes, know that you can reach out to me at kim@thebalancedoctor.tv, and you can become a sponsor of the Kim Jacobs Show and one of the upcoming episodes. And we have one episode, or you can do it for a week long of episodes, whichever way you prefer. But definitely reach out to me to learn more about sponsorship opportunities. So, Pastor Dejean, did you mute your thing?
Not yet, but I haven't received the link. Is it possible to share the link so I know where to click? I'm sorry, guys. I'm not the technical guy.
You know what? I know you want to. Shawn, he wants to make sure that his peers get a copy of this. So I'm trying to make sure that he gets this. What I can do is I will tag you.
Yes, please.
There you go. I have tagged you, and you should see it on your phone now. Or we're not on your phone, but on your iPad.
On the Facebook. Okay.
Did you see the tag? Because I have no way of sharing it to you directly. I don't know. Let's see, Raphael.
Oh yes, I find it.
Yeah, I think I started a watch party. Okay, I don't know. Did you see it?
Yes.
All right, you were able to share it now?
Yes.
All right. He really wanted to share it with his friends as well, which is admirable. I really appreciate it. That way people can also watch from your friend circle also. And as well, people can watch right on YouTube on the Kim Jacobs Show. But if you turn on your notifications and you subscribe to the Kim Jacobs Show, guess what? You'll get notified right when the show comes on live. So make sure you take a moment to do that. Raphael Dejean is a pastor, missionary, and entrepreneur. Make sure you mute it when you can too, because it's going to be an echo. Okay. Raphael Dejean is a pastor, missionary, and entrepreneur who ministers the gospel, planting churches, helping build community leaders, and teaching business success with biblical principles to bring growth and opportunity to individuals and communities around the world. In addition to serving as minister assistant to Theodore Andose, worldwide leader of Christian Missionary Fellowship International, and pastoring his own local Christian Missionary Fellowship Church in Dallas, Raphael uses his extensive experience of nearly 2 decades as a successful entrepreneur and investor to coach others on biblical business development and leadership. He is also a co-founding partner of Trinity International Ambassador Bible School, where he is a lecturer. Now, there's so much more to his story, but at this time, I'm going to say welcome, Pastor Raphael DeJean.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm so happy to be here, just to have this great experience with your wonderful audience and the wonderful people of God.
Well, I'm so glad to have you on today as well. And we're going to have a great show. So people that are watching, if you have questions today, we're talking about how to start a successful trucking business and how you can do that even during COVID-19. But before we go into everything about the trucking business, I want to give you a chance to get to learn about this literally relentless young man and how he came from where he was to where he is now. So let's talk for a moment, Pastor DeJean, about where you were born and raised. Tell us about who you are.
Okay. Actually, my name is Pastor Raphael DeJean. Again, was born in a very, very small village in Africa, in a nation called Cameroon. Came from, about 42 years ago. Start with a very, very, very not humble beginning, but start very, very rough. It start very, very rough. My father, my father, there was 9 of us. We grew up in a very, very, very rough environment. And I remember we used to walk for 2 hours to go to school, pretty much. So that's where I was born. No formal education. My father couldn't pay for me to go to school because, we didn't even have a next meal. So I found myself in a judo. I started martial art in an early age because martial art was actually free. Mm-hmm. So I started doing judo. Again, I couldn't go to school because we didn't have money to, my father couldn't pay for our school fee. So I started judo, and that's how I went all the way to the higher level in the nation of Cameroon. I started local competition and international competition. So back in 2000, we was invited in the U.S. for U.S. Open. So I came and compete for U.S. Open in Atlanta, and I did pretty well. After that, Atlanta Judo Academy actually gave me a part-time job. That's how I ended, get stuck in the U.S.
Okay.
Because of the judo, and and from there, of course, as you guys know, the judo is not like a football. It's not like any other sport who pays so much. I remember I was making probably about $250 a week. Of course, it was like 2 training per, less than 4 hours of training per week, but it was still not enough to even pay for apartment. So because of that, like I say, I didn't have any formal education. I couldn't speak English. I'm from French-speaking nation, actually. So we speak French in my nation. I started looking for a job in Atlanta, and nobody could hire me because they can't communicate with me. And back then, only thing I knew how to do, I knew I couldn't lift a heavy stuff because I had the muscle, I had the strength to do it. So I started help people, move their stuff from point A to point B.
So you just out of the blue said, okay, I'm not making enough money, like literally competing in judo martial arts. So I'm going to use some other skill set and see how much money I can make by using my strength in my body.
That's right.
Wow.
That's right. Yes. So, and I just went out, and I remember I was living right off on Access Road. For those who know Atlanta, right off of 85. You know, we had rooms to go there, Little Creation and all other stores. So I was just go there and ask them, hey, you want me to organize anything? You need anything, move around. So that's how I started. And people start, asking my service. That, yeah, come and clean my warehouse. And I would go and stack furniture, stack things, and go to the next store and do the same thing. And literally, a lot of customer was coming around and say, well, we need urgent delivery. Sometimes the delivery company was not around to deliver the stuff on time. And I asked the owner, well, could I start deliver this stuff? They said, well, if you have a truck, you can deliver. I went and bought next door neighbor truck, and I start deliver furniture. So I remember this was on Christmas Eve. On the 24th, a lot of people were screaming at the store, 24th of December, like they needed furniture before Christmas Day. And I went and bought that truck, and I walked from Christmas Eve all the way to probably the 2nd of January. And I make probably about $4,000 just to deliver furniture. And that was the most money I ever see in my entire life. When they give me the money, I start crying. Matter of fact, I took the money and I went and paid the truck off. And that's how my journey started.
Well, okay, now this is crazy that you're saying this. That's how my journey started, just so calmly, like, oh yeah, I just decided that I was a judo martial arts guy, and that didn't work out that well from a financial perspective. So I just went to some local businesses and said, hey guys, let me just start moving some furniture for you. And they took you up on your offer, and now you are like a multimillionaire. Okay, that's very mildly put, the way that you said it. But what about people, Pastor Dejan, that, you spoke very little English, that's what I typed, but had the skill set to lift these heavy items. So you started moving furniture for companies and they took you up on your offer. What about people that are out here doing COVID-19 and they're stressed out, they're trying to think of what they can do to jumpstart something, and they think that they have to have more things in place before they can get going? How would you encourage somebody that's in that situation? Because you didn't have a bunch of stuff in place.
Yeah, one of the things is I always believe is that we have what we need to succeed. Sometimes we overlook or we underestimate actually what we already have. Like I said, back then, I couldn't speak English. I knew I couldn't be maybe a taxi driver or even a truck driver because I didn't know how to read the map. But I know if it's somebody tell me, stack this furniture on that corner, I couldn't do it. I would push the furniture and stack. So we have to start from somewhere. And not only that, if you don't appreciate what you already have and you keep looking for what you don't have, you are just in the complaint. Because I believe every single person have something unique. You have something unique that you can leverage and then go from there. Yeah. So when a person look into themselves and say, okay, what do I have? Where can I start from? Let me tell you a brief story. I went to New York for a preaching engagement, a very, very big church. An old lady, she cooked a rice for us, jollof. It's called jollof rice. It's some kind of African rice. Very good rice. All of us, we ate. We were so happy. Spicy, very good. And the lady came to me and said, Pastor, I want you to pray for me. I know you encourage people, you teach people how to get in business and all that. I want you to pray for me that I can find a job in this, in America. She said, I've been here for 11 years now. I don't know how to do anything. I've never been to school. I don't know anything. So pray for me that somebody could give me a job. I said, I'll do that. But ma'am, you are a multimillionaire. She said, how could you say that? I don't know anybody in America, and I don't know how to do anything. I said, ma'am, your rice just make us go crazy. This rice just make us go crazy. And I told her, this one thing I want to do with you. I will give you an initial investment. I'm not asking you to think about. You have friends? She said, yes. I said, call your friends, 3, 4 ladies. You guys are here in this building. That was one of those high-rise buildings here. I said, I will buy 3 bags of rice with the oil and spice for you. And I will buy some plastic, to put rice in it.
Right.
And I want you to cook rice for 1 week. Just knock the door of all neighbors from 5 to 7. Give it to them for free. Put your phone number on that. Give it to them for free. Say, just say, hey, try my rice and see if you like. This is special rice. Today, that lady had a huge restaurant in New York. She cooked rice for events. She's making so much money. Her kids actually work for her now. So I'm just using this example to say a lot of time, what is already in our hand, God give us what we need to press on. And it's just that we overlook, we underestimate, and we think, God make a mistake to create us the way he created us. I always say, whatever you have, whatever you need to succeed, you already have. Let me tell you another short story. I was looking on my Facebook. I saw this lady in Africa. She posts probably about 25 things on Facebook. She always writes something about relationship. And I reached out to her 3 weeks ago. I told her, do you know that you are multi-millionaire? She said, how? I said, you are doing something naturally. You are counsel people. You like to talk about relationship. You are doing almost 20 posts on Facebook. Why don't you start a blog and start doing that? So she just went and started little blogging. Now a little company, who deal with relationship, just give her a job to write on their blog. So now she's doing what she likes to do and what she enjoy doing, and she's getting paid $3,000, and she's in Cameroon. Again, wherever you are, whatever you are, in whatever condition, you may be an handicap, you may be an elder person, you have money, you have the seed of success in you. So you just need to look and find whatever you do best, whatever you enjoy doing, whatever you can do for free, and start doing. And then money is gonna flow.
Wow. You preaching, Pastor Raphael DeJean. You have the seed of success in you, is what I hear you saying. I just typed what you said. Yes. That is incredible. Yes. As you out here prophesying and all, since you're here on the Kim Jacobs Show, do you want to share any kind of prophecy pertaining to what you're experiencing here on the Kim Jacobs Show? What do you see about the Kim Jacobs Show out here?
Yeah, say it again.
I said, what do you see about the Kim Jacobs Show out here?
And I think God is doing something mighty with you. Another day when I was following Les Brown through this show, I normally watch your show. It doesn't matter if it's a person, which is known worldwide, or just somebody that you're trying to push, push their information and showcase them out there. One of the things I noticed with you is that you want to serve. You want to serve, and whatever you want to serve, whatever you are out there for people, trust me, you will never lack. And that's how been my heart. Everything I'm about it. People, you know me. I organize seminar and teach people how to break in. I came from a strong, I don't say broke, because I didn't even know that we was poor. I thought that that's what life was. We wake up, we didn't know where the next meal was going to come from. We didn't have electricity. The toilet was outside. So I thought that was even normal. So one of the things, I never want any human being to go to that experience. I remember one day my father left us with my mom, and my mom was sick. She went to the hospital. And she was going to be at the hospital for probably about 2 weeks. I was home alone. I was 9 years old. My sibling, the older one, got married, and I was I was home 9 years old by myself. And at 6 p.m., I had to go lay down because I was afraid of dark. Just imagine I was in a big home by myself, 9 years old. At 6 o'clock, I need to go and lay down, put my head under the cover, put a cover under my head, over my head, because I was afraid. I was alone, and I don't want anybody to experience that. I don't want my child to go to that again. That's why I'm so passionate about teach other people to break, to break through and just have something for themselves. I believe, again, the seed of success is in us. But if you believe in yourself, and then you really, really, really get out there to help people. Remember, it's to help people. When you focus on yourself, you'll be limited because it's just you, one person. But if you focus on others, you'll be fulfilled. We have a little proverb which say that the hand will water will always be wet. So when you focus on other, you'll be succeed. You will succeed and you will do well. So the King Jacob Show, this is just a reality. I see you big, it's very, very big. I know it's, God wants to make sure that you are faithful in a small thing so he can release the abundance. He's looking for those who are faithful. That's why he said it's required for us too to be faithful. So what you are doing, you are serving people, and wherever you put yourself to serve people, trust me, the blessing, the reward, it's gonna flow. It's just one on the law. You can't break that law. You are sowing seed. How could you sow and not reap?
That's right.
And you are sowing people. So I see you big. I see. This going to another level. You are giving opportunity to people to expose some of the stuff they have. You are, helping people. You are building people. This is ministry. This is ministry. I was so blessed. I think that was yesterday with a guest from Washington about, continuing education and all that. I challenge other people. I say, hey, learn something. Whatever you do, if you don't grow, if you are not grow on a daily basis, if you are not learn a new strategy, you'll be left behind. Wow. And we all know that whatever is not grown, die.
That's right.
So we have to be so intentional with it. I have no formal education. Like I say, I've never been to school. Never. But I spend probably about 4 hours studying things every day. That's what, maybe that's where I am, So I see you really, really, really big. And I see a lot of people be blessed. A lot of people have been blessed by you. And God is going to reward you. And he's rewarding you.
Well, I'm trying to make sure on this episode that people walk away knowing how they can officially start a successful. It's one thing to start something, Pastor DeJohn. It's another thing to have like a turnkey situation where it's operating and it's a well-oiled machine. That's what I think you offer. So can you tell people how they would be able to really start from scratch and be successful in a trucking business?
Thank you. And one of the things, I think the trucking business is it's a very, 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 very great industry. One of the things, you don't have to take my word for it. Just go and Google a truck driver job. Business owner are paying truck driver $100,000 a year, $150,000 a year, $200,000 a year. Now, you think those company owners are crazy? No. That should open your eye. Why somebody can walk, no high school diploma, nothing, get behind the wheel and start commanding $75,000 to start. 75,000, 200,000, 100,000. Why? It's because this business owner are making so much money. So The good news is that you can choose to become a truck driver or be behind the wheel and own a company. And one of the things with the trucking company, it's not like way back in the day, 20 years ago when I started, I didn't know much about it. You know, I thought, well, in order to own a trucking business, you have to have a couple $1 billion or $1 million. But it's not the same way. Today it's very, very simple. We have a lot lease truck company out here who can partner with you. Truck like Penske, a company like Penske Ryder, that you can go and lease a truck from them and start the business with it. And not only that, back in the day when I started trucking, I was going from, you know, house to house and look for customers. It's not the same way. Things change. We have a lot of hassle with broker out here who are begging people to take a loan from them. So it's a win-win situation. You can establish a simple trucking company and get a couple guys who love to drive to work for you, get connected with broker and get job from there, and get connected with trucking lease company and get truck from them. It becomes a simple win-win situation. Of course, you just don't want to jump in something without understand how it works. I would advise to get with somebody who's doing already and let them just share the process with you. Let them share the process with you, and you can really get out there and start doing.
Well,
so yes, go ahead.
No, you go.
Yeah, so it's a simple process. Like I say, I have no formal education. I don't have a doctor. I don't have any degree. No degree. 0 degree. We are running over 100 truck now. We already raised over 200 carrier all over the country that we share with them. We teach them our technique, what we are doing. Again, I'm not your normal teacher who will lecture you on history. So we hold your hand and show you what we are doing so you can do exactly as we are doing and make a profit. And then we share this technique with you. You know, we point you to the right people, simple people like Ryder. There's no mystery in it. There's no, it's an open information. The only thing is that you may not have the information and want to make those information available to other people like us who can get in the industry and start making big.
Wow. So you have lots of success stories where you've trained people and they've gone out and they've been successful in addition to you being successful, which I already know that you're extremely successful, what you do, but you've kind of like created prodigies kind of thing, or how's that working?
Yes, actually, if you jump on our Facebook group, Start My Trucking Company, there's a lot of testimony there. I have a young lady who came to one of our seminars in Texas last June. She did actually a sister.
I'm showing your website right now, startmytruckingcompany.com, for everyone that's looking, so you can tell people about this.
Yes, so the sister came to our seminar and they'll say, well, we always want to start our own business, and you know, I love what you share, the information you share. Normally people don't share this type of information. And I told her, why would I hold this information? The moving industry and the trucking industry is so huge. Even if a million people get in the industry, we're not going to be able to serve everybody. Think about it. Everything you may think about it have to be moved from point A to point B. You know, so let me say this. It's just like a pizza. Let's say a pizza industry. Those who are, let's say if in a pizza industry was only Papa John, maybe people was not going to know about pizza.
Right. Because
there's a lot of competition. There's a lot of other people in the industry. Now they're able to drive a massive number of people to like pizza. So when another trucking company advertise and bring awareness in the industry, it's actually good for me, right?
Yes.
It's good for me. So I told her that's the reason why I want to promote the industry so bad. And not only that, I know the true success is when you help other people to be successful. I could lay back and say, well, we make $5 million a year all day long, enjoy with my kids and all that. That's not success. That's a failure. But if I could raise 1,000 or 5,000 other entrepreneurs in the industry, I could really, really enjoy. Imagine today I walk around and say, well, that's Nicole, which is one of the girls I coach in the industry, and she have her own trucking business. She's making way more money than what she was making on her job.
Right.
That makes me feel good. I feel like my life is worth it. My life counts because I'm actually helping somebody. My life is useful. So it's not just about me. Yeah, for me, it's very fulfilling.
I can tell. I literally can tell, because your life's purpose and passion is to give back and help others, because you've already succeeded at a very high level with your own trucking business and 200 people call center. Where are you located so people can know that as well?
I'm actually based in Dallas. A lot of people still think I'm staying in Atlanta. We started business in Atlanta. Even though I still have a lot of partners in Atlanta, we're based in Dallas, Texas now. Actually in Cedar Hill, of course, we have multiple locations, call center in Florida and other area.
So how much capital would a person need to be able to even jumpstart a trucking business? Because you make it sound so simple, like, hey, start this trucking business. I'm like, how can people start like from zero to get to where you are possibly?
Ms. Kim, I don't think people should be thinking about capital.
No.
When I started, my father didn't give me $1 million like the way they give to President Trump. You can start from wherever you are. If you have a willingness to start, you have a passion, you want to do. If you are sick or tired of your situation and you want to change, it's going to happen. Trust me. It's not so much about money. I think the provision come after the vision. Make sure if you decide and say, you know what, this year 2020, I want to start something. Don't worry about the money. Write a business plan. Start, people always talk about a capital. People don't start a business with capital. People start business with idea and willingness to start. Like, okay, I'm doing now. It's not about money. I think sometimes when we talk about a capital, it give a reason to people to give an excuse. Yeah. Start from where you are. You can start a moving industry literally with no money. If you want to do, I mean, trust me, nobody start any business with money. It start with idea. It start with idea. If you have a clear idea, maybe your mom can rent the first truck for you. Your mom can rent the first truck for you. Your dad, your friends, somebody who hear your story, who hear your idea. Just like this lady in New York, I bought the first bag of rice because I believe I saw the passion. I saw, somebody who wants to do something with their life, and I would say, you know what, I want to sow in this. I want to be part of this. So any business person, any investor, any business person, I will not ask you to start with money. Let me share another story with you. When I was starting my call center, I went to a call center seminar in Arizona with Luz Messiah. And then share all this. I came back and said, you know what? I need to start a call center, and I need at least 70 call center. I'm not going to do anything little. And I gathered my little friend. I called my friend, Dr. Glenn John. I said, man, let's do this. And we sat down, we started talking about it. I talked to other friends. And the next thing, I started looking for space. I found a space. I negotiated with the landlord. He gave me a year free. Wow. I didn't have money to pay for rent. This was $3,500 rent lease. I told him I need 5 years lease or 10 years, but I need a 1 year free because I need to, set up everything and prepare everything. make sure everything's going to be set up properly and blah, blah, blah. Matter of fact, we negotiate and the landlord gave me a year free. That was the capital I needed. That was almost $50,000 worth of credit. And I started by cubicle.
Wow.
Guess what? I was negotiating cubicle all over the place. I found a building in downtown Dallas who are looking for somebody to come and take a cubicle away for free. That's how I got a cubicle.
Wow.
Free. And I start with almost little money. Trust me. So whatever you want to do in life, please set up the goal. Let the passion, the willingness to do it. Make it clear. See what you want to do. What you want to get out of that, and just start from where you are. If you want to come to North Carolina, do you think, I don't know how many miles it is. I'm not gonna focus on the 1,000 miles. I need to just knock out 1 mile at a time. It's just like your headlight, the headlight of your car. If I'm coming over there in the dark, the headlight is gonna give me maybe just a few foot of light. And as I'm pressing on, everything is gonna be clear. But if you want to stay here and see and get a light who can show me your home in North Carolina before I start the journey, I'm never gonna stop. I'm never gonna stop. And that's what killed a lot of entrepreneurs. That's why we die with some on the goal. That's why we die with some on the baby, because we want everything to be clear. It's never going to be clear. Never. Never. And it's only going to be clear just a very, very short, small portion out of the time. And the closer you get, the more clarity you receive. The closer you get, the more clarity you receive. So it's not just about money. It starts with the willingness. Your best capital is the willingness to do it. If you want to lose weight, does it take money to lose weight? No. The moment you make a decision and say, I'm going to lose weight, you become creative. Your mind will start finding a way. Like, okay, I'm start going up and down. I will buy my stepwatch. I will start take my step up and down. I will start. You just come up with creativity, a way to do. But the willingness, your main capital, what you need, the main requirement is the willingness to do it. The decision that I have to do this and have a day to start, and you start working on it, and the doors are going to be open.
Wow. Okay. Well, you got me inspired. That's for sure. By the time I finish an interview with you, I feel like, well, shoot, I need to go find the studio. I need to go do this. I'm ready to just start jumping out here and getting going, put my mask on and rocking and rolling, because you're really making it very basic and saying, don't worry about the money. If the vision is in you and the goal is in you, get started, and things will start to come together as you just start towards your journey. Is that what I'm understanding you to say?
That's correct. That's correct.
Okay.
And another thing is that whatever thing you think you should be doing, that's what you're supposed to be doing.
Right. Right.
If you think you're supposed to be a president of the United States, run for it. Some people never think about it. That's the seed. You think about that because you have that seed. If you think you're supposed to have the biggest broadcast station on the earth, that's because you are equipped for that.
Well,
you need to make an appropriate step to do it.
Yes. I love everything. Your tips, Raphael DeJean's tips are universal. So it's not just about the trucking business. What you're saying is inspiration for any industry. And so type in that every tip that you shared so far is a tip for any person in any industry, any walk of life. If you think you're supposed to be doing it, then do it. So like, I really, when I say wholeheartedly believe that, and this is just my own belief, and I don't even need to justify. I just personally believe that the reason that nobody has taken over where Oprah left off, not because I'm the next Oprah, because I don't want to be the next Oprah. I'm Kim Jacobs, and God has created me to be great enough. But I believe that nobody has taken and filled those shoes per se, because America hasn't met Kim Jacobs. I believe
I
that.
believe it.
I
Yeah,
believe
I do
that.
believe it. I do believe it. And
And
you are bigger. You are way bigger. And the way God created you and the assignment God gave you, it may not be the type of Oprah assignment. It may be 20 times bigger than that.
who
It may be
knows?
100 times bigger than that. You are put it in my life now, and I'm put it in 1,000 other life. So I believe whatever you think you can do, you should be doing.
Oh yeah, but
It's
I mean, don't
because
get me wrong. Oprah's my inspiration to me because I used to emulate and close caption and read the TV as a teenager, and I would be like, robotic emulating. Hey, Gail, come to the show. Come on, girl. My girlfriend Gail's on the show today. So, but that was a great inspiration to me.
yes,
She was, and so is Phil Donahue. Different people I would emulate. So that kind of stuff. When you get a chance to know that you've excelled in a specific industry and you've impacted someone else's life so in such a great way, that's what I think about when I think of you for the trucking industry. Here you are from Cameroon, a village, and no running water.
small village.
Yeah, a very small village with no electricity. At 9 years old, having to go to bed at 6 o'clock because you were afraid your mom is in the hospital. That's terrifying for a 9-year-old. And
Yeah.
here you are in the United States, wildly successful at your own trucking business. So if you can do it, anybody can do it, right?
I always tell people, if I can do it, if somebody can do it, I mean, the person have a problem. I have no prerequisites to be able to do it. I mean, if I can do it, you can do it. And I tell my worker the same way. I say, you guys supposed to be way better than me. When I have a meeting with my general manager, I tell them, you guys are so awesome. You have a lot of education. You have everything to be way better than me. And you are better than me. But sometimes you just don't make a move. You don't make a move and you don't believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. I mean, I never met somebody who I think I'm better than the person.
Yeah.
That's why I always learn from people. When I meet people, I always have my notepad ready to take notes because I know I will learn something.
That's what I always have. I always keep my notes in my journal. I've written all kind of notes, even from just our discussion, but I've been typing them instead of writing them. This is so much information that I'm personally going to go back and watch the show again myself and write down all of these notes, because these are nuggets that can help a person in their mindset. It sounds like your mindset helped to get you to this, to catapult you to the next level in your life.
Right. And you said something very early, who really touched me. You said you admire Oprah. A lot of time also, we don't break out of where we are and move to the next level because, we don't admire people. In your life, you have to have people that you admire.
Right.
If you want to be a musician, I would find a model out there and love the person, want to be like the person, talk like the person, act like the person, so I can be like the person. I think that's how life is. That's why a mentor or a coach is very, very, very important.
Oh yeah.
You have to make sure you have a idea, you have a picture of what you want to be. If you don't, you may end up, not be anything. You have to have that. If you look in a history, even each leader will tell you whom they actually model themselves after. This is the person who inspired me. This is the person that I look up to. This is the person, that may be close. I have a lot of mentors. Some of my mentors don't even know my name, but I read all their books. I watch them. I follow them. I see what they're doing. I see what they are reading, and and I really, I end up being little bit like them. So it's very, very important to have somebody that actually succeed, who actually is doing what you want to do, that you admire and be like, wow, I want to be like this person. And that's how we were when we was baby, right? We said, I want to be a doctor. I want to be a lawyer. I want to be a police officer. We even dress like them. I want to be a journalist. I want to be but when we grow up, it's like we deny somehow. You know, we want things, we wanted some of the stuff we want, or some of the stuff we admire, we literally reject. Act like, you know what, maybe I want to be myself. You know, there's no self-make on earth. You know, somebody, you know, you have to admire somebody, you have to read somebody's biography, you have to read what somebody did. I mean, I can sit here and tell you all the time that, hey, I took my trucking business from nothing to multi-million because I was so smart. No, that's gonna be, it's wrong. I learned, you know, Tony Robbins is my mentor. You know, John Maxwell mentored me for 5 years in leadership. You know, Bob Proctor, you know, coached me for 4 years. So all this guy and Les Brown, I watched all his video. You know, so these are great leaders. You know, you have to make sure you follow this great leader and learn from them. So there's no self-make. You know, there's no self-make. If you don't admire somebody, other great leader, and learn from them, you know, you're not going to have anything to offer to others.
I love it.
My business is successful not because, you know, I make some kind of, I create something. No, I learn from great leader. I follow them. I follow the principle they teach. You know, I listen to them over and over and over and over. You know, sometimes I think Les Brown is my brother. You know, I couldn't even dream about his voice. I listen to every single thing he have online. I listen to it.
That's right. Well, I share the same sentiments. He's literally he's my biggest mentor that I've followed since I was like 24, 25 years old. And he has been a tremendous inspiration to me and personally took me under his wings. So Les Brown is everything to me. I love his leadership and his way he trains you to know that greatness is within you. I see here that you're on the John Maxwell team, and that's the page that I'm showing right now. I see your picture here. Tell us a little bit about that.
Of course, when I talk about trucking, most of the time people, you know, people, it's just one of the business that I do it. I'm a mentor and coach. So I teach entrepreneurs how to start and, as you know, and take their business to the next level. So, and I use John Maxwell principle of leadership. Like I mentioned earlier, John, you know, been mentoring me for more than 6 years now.
Wow.
I speak for him all over the country, particularly for French, you know, to French-speaking nation. I travel to Nicaragua, Latin America, and teach leadership. You know, from the government to you know, just a local business person.
Wow.
Because I believe everything rise and fall on leadership. You may have, if you have a great business and you don't have a great leadership set up, and you're not a great leader, the business is going to collapse, and your business can only grow to reach your level of leadership. So if I want to make $1 million, I need to grow up to, you know, to really call that million to come and reach me. And I'll tell people, even for the income, you know, you have your income. If you grow, you know, you command a higher income.
Right.
So that's one of the principles I actually teach, and I learned from John Maxwell. In church today, we don't do ministry the way we used to do back in the day. You know, just scream and go home. We want to empower people. We want people to break and grow. We want people to change. And when you grow, we don't want you to grow spiritually only.
That's right.
When you grow spiritually, you're supposed to grow financially. You know, I have a guy who came to our church and he said, well, you guys don't collect offering? I said, we don't collect offering. We never collect offering. People give because they feel like they should give. We don't collect offering in our ministry. You know, but people can give. If I can cause you to grow, you bless me naturally. And I'm not saying that church should not collect offering. And if you are not giving offering to your church, make sure you're doing, because that's another thing who can cause you to grow. I'm just saying we have a principle that we put in place. We want to cause people to grow. We want to stretch people. We want to, get that best out of people, because I believe the true giant is still in people. The true giant. And most of us, we function on, with a less than 5% of what we can actually do. That's why leadership is very, 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 very important. And self-development. You must grow. You must grow. Whatever you do, just the way we grow naturally. If you don't grow emotionally, if you don't grow in wisdom, if you don't grow in awareness, to understand, we must have understanding as we grow. If we don't do that, you'll be left behind. That's why, life is like a race. Sometimes you are speeding so much, but a little young guy come and speed and pass. You wonder, okay, what's going on? It's because you stopped growing. And the moment you stop growing, you stop investing in yourself, you start dying. And so the John Maxwell, the relationship with John Maxwell, I mean, it's a big blessing in my life. I give, all this great leader a credit for everything I had today or everything I'm doing. They give me a better marriage. They give me a better life. I'm so way happy than ever because of these great leaders.
Oh, I mean, you are like the best person to have on a show. My cheekbones are hurting because it's like I just thought we were going to be talking about just starting a trucking business. And then you get on here and you're like, this guy, and it's such an inspiration to my audience, and it just brings me great joy. Let me make sure I get a chance to share a couple of audience comments. I have here Sunny Jordan. She was the one that was on the other day talking about adult education with Western Governors University. And she's
awesome.
She did awesome, didn't she?
Yeah.
She said, wow, I know several people who can use this information. Thank you so much for sharing. She also says, start with an idea, not the money. That's something she captured. Yes, I am creating a webinar and my slide reads, we must have a coach mentor. It's so important. Thank you for your nuggets. They are golden.
Thank you.
So, okay, well, wow. I think that people are probably just writing a bunch of notes because this show on today's episode of the Kim Jacobs Show, you have heard from Pastor Raphael DeJean. I want to make sure I give you his contact information again. First of all, let me just say this man has been extremely humble because he is wildly successful, but he is just very modest is what I should say. And I'm going to leave it at that. But his tips today have been universal tips, making sure you get that picture of what you want to become, modeling yourself after that, but having some admiration for someone else is important. He's just named so much, some of the people that he admires, which is Les Brown, John Maxwell, and being into his training for over 6 years. So I personally have learned so much from you today, Pastor Raphael. And I see that startmytruckingcompany.com is the way that you can get in touch with him. And the other way is you can definitely go right to the John Maxwell page, which is, let's make sure I pull that up too. I have so many tips here. I can't even get to the website. You can also go to johnmaxwellgroup.com/Raphael DeJean /. And again, you can just copy this or take a picture of this and put it right in, and you'll be able to get right to his contact information on John Maxwell's page. You can also, if you're interested in starting a trucking business, reach out to Pastor Raphael DeJean directly. You can also reach out to me and say, Kim, hey, please connect me with Pastor Raphael. If you're like, look, I don't know how I can get this man quickly, reach out to me and I'll directly connect you with him. You can make sure that if you reach out to him, let him know that the Kim Jacobs Show referred you over to him, so he'll know that you're contacting him through from you being a viewer on the show. Any last point that you really feel like, hey, you know what? Like, let me tell people this because I want you to close out with the last point. Quest Church prayer line, Pastor Jacobs does prayer from 12 to 12:30 every day, Monday through Friday, and he's praying for COVID-19, people that are impacted, people that have lost family members, people that are on the front line, essential workers. A lot of people are impacted and still being infected with this, and the numbers have not decreased. So make sure that you know that the prayer line is available, and you can get on there and receive prayer. 978-990-5000. Access code is 322083#. I am asking you to subscribe to the Kim Jacobs Show on YouTube. Take a moment, subscribe, like, comment on the videos, and turn on your notifications. I love to hear some of your comments, especially about today's broadcast and what inspired you from today's show. It's just incredible. It's incredible. So as we prepare to close out, Pastor DeJohn, oh, and I need to make sure one more time I say about my sponsor for today. Since she did sponsor, she'd be like, wait a minute now, I sponsored. Well, she wouldn't say that, but it's always good to recognize our sponsors for the show today. Today's show is sponsored. I have so many notes here. That's what I'm over here looking at. It's literally so many good notes. But today's episode is sponsored by All Roads Education, Sean Hall being the owner. And I shared with you that she is the author of the new book, which is Prepare Now, Don't Pay Later. Her book is actually available on Amazon, and it's also available on allroadseducation.com. So thank you again, Sean Hall, for being today's episode sponsor of the Kim Jacobs Show. Prepare now, don't pay later. Now, Sean Hall has received multiple free terms of education, and I know personally she's helped my son recently receive a $5,000 scholarship and many other scholarships that we would have never received without her help. So thank you, All Roads Education. So as we close today's show out, Pastor DeJohn, is there any closing point that you say, I really wish I had made this point on the Kim Jacobs Show and I didn't say it, and now I can't sleep good because I should have said it? What is that one last
Yeah, I mean, one of the things I would say, I would tell all our audience now is that God created us perfectly, and there's a greatness into you. There's a seed of greatness in you. And even if you have been rejected somewhere, you belong somewhere, and your mission may not be other people's mission. Sometimes you can be rejected from where you are because the type of baby you are carrying or because of what you are carrying. And the key is to make sure you get close to those who are carrying what you are carrying. Let me share this brief story and then I will let you go. When the mother of the Lord Jesus was pregnant, the angel appeared to her and she said, how could this be? The angel didn't give her any answer. The angel just told her, Elizabeth also is pregnant. That was the answer. So I will tell you today that there are people around who are carrying exactly what you are carrying. You were born to be an entrepreneur. You were born to be free. You was born to solve a larger problem than just yourself or bring a food on your table. Catch this. When Mary went to Elizabeth, when she met Elizabeth, the mother of John the Baptist, the Bible said that the baby lived in Elizabeth's stomach. That was the first connection. So I want you to connect with your Elizabeth. I want you to stay away from baby killer. People may sleep on your baby. People may roll over and lay on your baby, not because they hate you, because they don't understand what you are carrying. Matter of fact, that's why you are frustrated. Go to a delivery room, see how a pregnant mom who's ready to deliver, she don't care about makeup. She may not care about her hair or anything. She got undressed. That's how uncomfortable you are. But whatever you do, I want you to connect with your Elizabeth. Make sure You go around all other like-minded entrepreneurs. Link with people who think like you. Those are people that I call your tribal people. Those are people of your tribe. When you find your tribe, you're not afraid to try. You're not afraid to talk about who you are. You don't hide anymore. You're not afraid of that blind spot. When you find your tribe, you are free. And whenever you are free in life, that's where the best start to come out of yourself. That's why when you lay on your sofa and watch the TV, you can be just without your underwear, but be comfortable. You know, that's your best moment. You can be yourself. You can eat ice cream. You can do whatever you want because you don't have to cover anymore. So get around other like-minded. You know, reach out. You know, that's one of the things I do. My passion is to help people discover themselves. My passion is to help people deliver that baby. My passion is to, you know, challenge a person who is like me. When I mean like me, who experience poverty, who experience, you know, who live and be so afraid of tomorrow because you don't know where the next meal was going to come from. You know, when your mom is away, you don't know if she's going to ever come back home or not. You know, when you go to bed at 6 p.m. because you are afraid. Maybe to me, I was going because I was afraid of dog. Maybe you are afraid of big collector. Maybe you are afraid of, you know, you're not sure for tomorrow. You don't know how you retire. You don't know how you end. You may have a great job, make 50,000, but you know that this is not going to work. You don't know how you end. And because of that, you're still not comfortable. Reach out. You know, we can stretch one another. Like I say, I always learn from people. I always learn. All my great ideas came from people. And I'm sure when we share, iron sharpen iron. Iron sharpen iron.
You got a lot of iron over there. And I mean, this is some good stuff. Get with like-minded people. Connect with your Elizabeth like Mary did. My God. Oh, my God. You are just an inspiration and just a joy to have on the show. So I'm so grateful that you came on today. Wow, wow, wow. I'm just shaking my head like, I don't even know what to say. Oh my God. Yes, no. I feel like I'm in the spirit realm over here. Let me let you guys know that tonight I will be on Courtney Wellness Companion Facebook page at 8:00 p.m. And it's on his live show, Talking from the Balanced Doctor Perspective. And I'll be sharing some tips as his guest on the Courtney Wellness Companion Facebook page live at 8:00 p.m. tonight. And then tomorrow, right here on the Kim Jacobs Show, you will hear from Ken and Karen Canyon. Now, you've already heard from Ken, which he was from The Biggest Loser, season 3, but you're going to also hear from his wife, which is Simply Net comedian Karen Canyon. And together they're called the Grand Canyon. So they're going to be on tomorrow at 11:00 a.m. right here on the Kim Jacobs Show. Pastor DeJohn, thank you for being my guest today.
It's my pleasure.
Oh my God. God bless you all, everybody. Tune in tomorrow at 11:00.